In today's video, we are going to explore best Joel Osteen's quotes about thought, criticism, and discouragement. Let's get started. You control the doorway to what you allow in. You can dwell on every negative thought and every derogatory comment, or you can choose to delete it and dwell on what God says about you. Your thoughts about your circumstances may have you down. On the other hand, you can be in one of the biggest battles of your life, and still be filled with joy and peace and victory, if you simply learn how to choose the right thought. It's time to think about what you're thinking about. When I grew up, the devil was a reason why I had a headache, or the devil was the reason I got mad today. We always blamed the devil. I think today when I say the enemy, I like to make it broader. Sometimes the enemy can be our own thoughts. When the negative thoughts come, and they come to all of us, it's not enough to just not dwell on it, you've got to replace it with a positive thought. When you focus on being a blessing, God makes sure that you are always blessed in abundance. Make the decision and say, I'm not letting that worry in. I'm done being upset when my plans don't work out. I'm not letting that stress in. Negative thoughts will still come to your mind, but you don't have to let them into your spirit. Don't be impatient. It's not over until God says it's over. Don't defeat yourself in your own thinking. The battle starts in your mind. Get your mind going in the right direction. That's the first step to victory. Every day, set your mind in the right direction. Find something to be grateful for. Get your mind going in the right direction and you'll get your life going in the right direction. If you'll dare to take your mind off your troubles, get your mind off your own needs and, instead, seek to be a blessing to other people, God will do more for you than you could even ask or think. If your thinking is limited, then your life is going to be limited. Our mind is like a computer. How we program it is the way it's going to function. You have to come to your closed doors before you get to your open doors. What if you knew you had to go through closed doors before you got to your open door? Well, then you'd come to closed door number 8 and you'd think, great, I got another one out of the way. Keep moving forward. You may think there is a lot wrong with you, but there is also a lot right with you. You may think you've got a long way to go, but you need to look back at how far you've already come. You may not be everything you want to be, but at least you can thank God that you're not what you used to be. Don't ever criticize yourself. Don't go around all day long thinking, I'm unattractive, I'm slow, I'm not as smart as my brother. God wasn't having a bad day when He made you. If you don't love yourself in the right way, you can't love your neighbor. You can't be as good as you are supposed to be. To live your best life now, you must learn to trust God's timing. You may not think He's working, but you can be sure that right now, behind the scenes, God is arranging all the pieces to come together to work out His plan for your life. You need to follow your own heart in light of God's word and do what you feel is right and good for you. As long as I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then I don't worry about it. I don't focus on the critics. Everyone who is making any difference in any field has critics. Everybody is going to have their critics. It's easy to get discouraged in life. I always want to listen to people and receive good criticism, but I just don't have to answer to them. I have to answer to God. I am not who people say I am. I am who God says I am. If people talk about you, being jealous, critical, and trying to make you look bad, don't let that change you. You don't need their approval when you have God's approval. It's time to draw a line in the sand and say, that's it. I'm not going to live another day negative, discouraged, sour, or grumpy. I'm going to put a smile on my face. I'm going to let my joy be seen so I can brighten somebody else's day. I'm going to live my life happy and full of joy. Seeds of discouragement cannot take root in a grateful heart. Stones of judgment, discouragement, or doubt may be thrown at you. You can't stop them, but you can make the choice to keep your walls up and not let them affect you. Every day is a gift from God. There's no guarantee of tomorrow, so that tells me to see the good in this day to make the most of it. Every day we have plenty of opportunities to get angry, stressed, or offended. But what you're doing when you indulge these negative emotions is giving something outside yourself power over your happiness. You can choose to not let little things upset you. Just because something didn't work out your way, or somebody disappointed you, that does not change who you are. Keep a good attitude and do the right thing even when it's hard. When you do that, you are passing the test. And God promises you your marked moments are on their way. Many times, we miss out on God's best because we give up too soon. We don't realize how close we are to victory. The more you talk about negative things in your life, the more you call them in. Speak victory, not defeat. The older I get, the better I understand that every day is a gift. Certainly there are times in all of our lives when bad things happen, or things don't turn out as we had hoped. But that's when we must make a decision that we're going to be happy in spite of our circumstances. Confidence is silent. Insecurities are loud. Don't do anything that you wouldn't feel comfortable reading about in the newspaper the next day. Don't fight change, embrace it, and you will step into the fullness of what God has in store. Don't focus on what's wrong. Things may not be perfect, but be grateful for the opportunity to experience each day. Don't grow accustomed to living with less, doing less, and being less to the point that you eventually sit back and accept it. Please let us know your favorite quotes from these best Joel Osteen's quotes about thought, criticism, and discouragement in the comments section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.